Hello, we're back for some more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. We are cleaning up some of these exclamation marks, such as this one in the rear woods, and continuing on with the game. I love this game. It's just chill slice of life stuff with some actual good plot, but mostly chill slice of life stuff. Hi, I've had a drink, I'm back from vacation, so this is going to be a fun part. Let's go. Who's out here, or is it just us? Make my way along the forest path to the hill behind the temple. Today's another nice day. Once I pass through this curtain of trees, a view of the fresh blue sky and the mountains should be waiting for me. Excuse me, what am I looking at? That looks like not that. My field of vision expands. The spectacle that greets my eyes is that of a pile of corpses. Oh! Oh! The one facing off against that abstract scenery isn't me. What? It's the man with the same origin as me, reciting an unpleasant sutra. My man's pants are up way too high. Buddy pal, you look like a grandpa, a very angry grandpa. Whoa. White sunlight burns my eyes. Yeah, that was something to see. There are still traces of summer left here at the Rito Temple. You're not gonna question the fact that you just saw that, my man? Looks like the strong sunlight has blinded me for a second. Alright. So, in so many video games, the sound of cicadas, and anime too, the sound of cicadas is such this nice sound. Very happy that this game decides to forego it and be like, nah, it sounds like dudes screaming over and over, so that's good, because in real life they do not sound as nice. As if all the colors had been inverted, the scenery appeared black for just an instant. Though I'm sure he's been aware of my presence for quite a while, he doesn't spare so much as a glance in my direction. He looks so angry. Everything else I just saw was a hallucination caused by my vertigo, but he sure wasn't. We wait in silence. What we saw, or thought we saw, was the same. The first to break the silence would prove his own impurity. The tension is exacerbated, good word, by the sound of insects. I look closely at that familiar back. Boy, that's what you see mostly of him, huh? Now that I think about it, why isn't he wearing his red mantle? That's a good question. I gotta understand that it would be too hot to wear it in the summer, but it's already fall. Well, more importantly, he isn't the type of guy that would remove his armaments like that because of the weather. But still, the sun's getting in the way. This is a favorite spot of mine. Oh? But having this many nuisances here is enough to make me want to pick a fight.
Oi. お前さ、その格好で高いところにいなかったか?
The forehead that the arrow had pierced recalls the pain that it will eventually feel. Okay, we are starting to remember. Like, it's interesting because it doesn't feel like Shiro necessarily 100% knows the cycle, but he can get traces of it.
いたがなんだ。範囲内でお前の姿を見たことはないはずだが。
Can we take a look at my man right here? Why do you look like that? You look... Pull your pants down, jeez. You look like a dork.
だろうな。俺だって夜にお前を見たことなんてない。そういう気がしただけだ。
At any rate, I have to cause everything that could possibly happen to occur. Kill or be killed. Once I cause both to happen, I only have to choose the outcome that's more convenient.
私からも尋ねるが、お前はまた深夜にセイバーと巡回をしているのか?
Yeah?
してるよ。なんでか信徒にはまだ行ってないけどな。
Or more precisely, I haven't been able to go.
やめておけ。夜中の信徒には近づくな。宮山町から橋を越えようとすれば、いらぬ攻撃を受けることになる。
Yeah, by you.
はあ？なんだそれ。お前が門番でもしてるってのか？
信徒一帯は私の射程だ。入ろうとする者には威嚇射撃で警告する。
Buddy, you exploded my head. That's not a warning shot. From what he's saying, he's driven back the other servants already. Because of that, Lancer, Ryder, and Caster can't come near Shinto at night. Lancer's place of residence should be the church, but maybe he camps out in the mountains. Well, leaving that aside.
へえ。それは俺も。
お前は例外だ。威嚇なしで眉間を打ち抜く。
Yeah. Boy, you just freaking hate me, don't you? He's not lying. The Bowman's intent to kill me is real.
呆れた。まだ俺を殺したがってたんだ。遠坂がいない今がチャンスってことか？
言うまでもない。リンが絡むと込み入った話になるからな。うちのマスターは成果の出ない戦いは嫌がるたちでね。好戦的ではあるのだが。
I agree with that. As much as she likes competition, Tosaka isn't the type that goes looking for a fight. If she starts one, she's the kind that would get involved, and as long as she's in it, she'll aim to come out on top.
確かに。遠坂がいたらお前に勝手はさせないか。あいつなら聖杯戦争が再開したからって誰かが一戦始めるまでは様子を見る。
Go in there and kill Steel.
そういえばお前にはまだ聞いてなかったな。アーチャー、この状況をどう思ってる？
サーバントとして戦うつもりはない。
Okay.
だが、留守を任されている以上、見過ごすことはできん。
他のサーバントに比べると少しだけ積極的だな。とりあえず事態を解明したいってのは俺と同じなんだ。
本意ではないがな。街灯を脱いでいるのはそのためだ。こんなものは俺の戦いではない。
Does it do anything to not wear it? Does it actually have some value or meaning? I'm not sure. Haha, so that's why I found him here without it. Archer hasn't gotten serious yet. He's just fulfilling the minimum requirements as the watchdog left behind while Tosaka's gone.
再開した聖杯戦争には参加しないってことでいいんだな。単に信徒の平和を守る正義の味方ってことか。
Dang. Cutting him down to the bone. The bone of his sword.
もっとも、お前に関しては例外だがな。夜を待つ必要もない。なんなら、ここで今から殺し合うか。
Archer responds to my murderous urge. My mouth twists eagerly into a grin and...
冗談。ここで戦う気はねえよ。
There's been a couple of out-of-character moments of Shiro in this, you know?
それにあれだ。
And then it goes
これが
twists
聖杯
back
戦
at the
争の
last
延長だっ
second.
て言うなら、戦いは夜じゃないと。
Wait, was that a rule? Was that a rule? I guess it was. Yeah, it was. It was, because I didn't want to see. I smoothly evade his urge to kill me.
話はここまでにしとこう。じゃ、またどっかでな、アーチャー。
I began to head back down to the mountain.
いいだろう。お前に関して俺は本気だ。果たされなかった聖杯戦争の再現として、全力でお前たちを倒しにかかる。
Hold up. Hold up. Huh? Thank you for italicizing that because, provocation and readiness are in his voice. The bowman has proclaimed that he would fight not just me alone, but Saber and her master. Okay. Alright, I guess. Yeah, right, Saber. That's two. Never mind, I'm stupid. If that's the way you want to play it, great. Let's meet again once I'm ready. A noble determination wipes away my coarse lust for blood. I'm sorry, why do you have a coarse lust for blood? This is our license to kill each other. An invisible letter of challenge has definitely been passed between the two of us. Yeah, Shiro, why do you have a lust for blood? No explanation needed. Challenge the bridge at full health. Okay. I wonder how we can get healthy. I wonder how we can do that. Go for a walk with Saber. I guess we probably are actually now. Let's go. We step onto the boundary of Miyama and Shinto. I recall the words he once said to me. Yo, that 3D effect! Shinto is my shooting range, those who enter it. How many times have I been shot? Once? Several times? Whenever I cross this bridge, you're an exception, I will shoot you between the eyes. I end up being defeated by you. I mean it when it concerns you as enactment of the unfulfilled heavens feel. Sorry, that's different this time. Didn't say that before. Didn't say heavens feel before. I feel my pulse quickening. The blood that has been sleeping starts flowing and the rusted circuits start activating. Sorry to keep you waiting, partner. My preparations are all in place. I'm coming to take you down. The bridge is deserted, save for Saber and me. Tonight, with no cars on the roadway, not even the sound of the wind blowing from the sea reaches my tensed-up thoughts.
懐かしいな。あの時もこうやってセイバーと教会に行ったんだっけ？
ええ。まだマスターの自覚がなかったシロと、まだあなたのサーバントになっていなかった私と、まだ敵であったリン。こうして振り返ると、さぞおかしな3人組だったのでしょうね。
She's smiling at the memory of the night from half a year ago. This, too, is a fragment of these precious days, but I cannot afford to get distracted now.
けど、セイバー不機嫌だったよな。あの夜は初対面であんまり話せなかったけど、教会に向かう時は輪をかけて無言だった。
This is pretty similar to when we got killed.
不機嫌にもなります。今だから言いますが、あの扱いには怒りを覚えたものです。演奏させるのなら他にやりようがあったのではないですか？
She hated the yellow cloak. Saber's picky when it comes to disguises. Memories of the numerous expensive disguises she had been wearing last time. During the Fourth Holy Grail War, it seems. She did mention that she had also dressed up as a man in a black suit. That is the best version of Saber. I love her so much. Saber's inability to dematerialize must have caused Kirtsugu a lot of trouble as well.
何やら言いたいことがあるようですね。いいでしょう。あの時の謝罪を兼ねてここで決着を。
セイバー、上！
There it is, yep. Saber repels the shot that had been fired from 4 kilometers away. Activate my magic circuits. I drive reinforcement magic into my eyes. Ooh, look at that HD hand. Look at that punk. Yo, that's real nice HD art. 2 pairs of eyes that should not be able to meet, met. Each pair is now aware of the other, an enemy that neither should have been able to see. The battle has begun. Tonight I will cross this bridge.
シロ、今のは一体。いえ、どうやって私より早く感知したのです。
Don't worry about it, let's go.
話は後だ。
Yeah.
次が来る。ここじゃ狭すぎる。上まで運んでくれ、セイバー。
上とはどこのことでしょう、シロ。
ここより高くて広い場所だ。気が利いてる。今夜は俺たちの貸し切りらしい。
橋の上の自動車。
Yo, there he goes.
ここなら足場も視界も確かですが。
セイバー、10時の方角、目標を確認しろ。
The second shot. An interval of 20 seconds. A memory that grazes across my brain tells me that there are 3 shots left.
確認しました。事態はつかめませんが、センタービルの屋上に狙撃手がいる。
I expected nothing less from Saber. Gained a lot by confirming his position from that last shot.
どういうことです？あれは。いいえ、こんなことができるのは一人だけだ。
Ignoring Kidgill.
なぜ彼が私たちを狙うのです？まさか。
Or because she doesn't know about Kidgill right now.
聖杯戦争に乗ったというのですか？
知らない。俺に分かるのはあいつが本気だってことだけだ。あいつは本気で俺たちと勝負に来ている。今それ以上の理由は必要か？
あなたの言う通りだ。
Oh, there's another one.
失態の罰は後ほど。今はアーチャーの迎撃に全力を。
The third shot. A grace period of 2 more shots. With the 5th, Saber's knees will give out and the 6th will kill me. These are the unchangeable results that this tactic is leading us to. Archer's sniping is increasing in power with every shot. Each time Saber deflects one, he must be putting more magical energy into the next. The firing interval this time was 25 seconds. The next one will likely be 30. These intervals are his weakness. We can attack him right after he fires, before he can charge the next round. We'll avoid the same fate, ha ha ha, that's befallen us before. But how? He's 4 kilometers away from us at a straight shot. On the roads we need to take to him, the distance is double that. With Saber's noble phantasm, we could put up a fight. But with Excalibur, the area of impact is too large. Yeah, you don't want to blow up an entire frickin' city, dude. There is the risk of sweeping down not only the center building, but even the surrounding buildings. And on top of that, we're dealing with Archer. Knowing Saber's attacks as well as he does, he must have a defense against Excalibur. Roias. The best way to fight a skilled sniper is to get close enough to engage in hand-to-hand combat. But it would be impossible to get that close without him noticing us. So if that's the case, all we have to do is close the distance at an extreme speed before he responds.
Saber!
Throw me. I fixed her with a meaningful stare. Yo, y'all ever read Wolverine? Fastball special, let's go. With those hawk eyes he's using to watch us, the movement of my lips would give us away. This fight will be decided in an instant. Can't let him discover what we're planning to do.
可能です。ですが、私の魔力だけでは足りない。失礼ですが、シロの魔力を足しても十分では。
Oh jeez.
十分だ。こっちにはこれがある。
The last Yo! He still had it this whole time? The last command spell remaining on my left hand.
シロ、いけない。それは最後の手段だ。それに、うまくいったところで、誰があなたを守るのです。その案には賛同できない。ここは撤退して体勢を立て直せば。
そっちこそダメなんだ。何しろ一度試した。
Saber by herself could retreat, but with me here, both of us here will be killed. To cross this bridge, I've got to bet everything on our timing on this moment. Might be able to start over again from the beginning, but I can't redo just this part. Therefore, I better give it everything I've got. Losing the command spell is no big deal. All that matters is the fact that having defeated him, even if only once. Jeez, this bridge is about to explode, dude. The fourth shot. Saber's ability to repel his shots has reached its limit. There's no time. As always, it's the fastest I can manage.
まったく。あなたの決断はいつも突然だ。
Don't you mataku me out here. Saber lowers her stance. She looks like a carnivorous animal, tensing up the moment before it springs.
指示を、マスター。この身はあなたの剣ですから。
Yeah! Okay, what stupid thing are they planning? Her blade becomes visible. Cutting off all excess magical energy flow to the sword, Saber pours all of her power into her own body.
時短に合わせるぞ。あと15秒。
The firing hammers fall one by one. Getting the timing right isn't all I have to do. I have two major problems. It'll be after the command spell is released that my worth as Emiya Shiro will be tested. 10 seconds. Command spells allow for temporary strengthening of servants, a powerful technique that converts the tremendous magical energy into energy for servants. Enough power to fill Saber's enormous circuit. The King of Knights, one who ruled over the battlefields in the Age of Legends, shall be reborn. The order is about to be given with the command spell is fly. What? This is no metaphorical flight. Saber will literally fly in a single leap from here to the roof of the center building. Saber once fought Ryder there in the past, a reenactment of that fight. No, if the movement is limited to a straight line, then by raising the amount of magical energy for the time she is in the air, the distance covered in one jump will increase. If all the magical power of the command spell is used solely to let her fly, then it shouldn't be impossible to reduce the great distance between us down to 0.
聖杯の制約に従い、第7のマスターが命じる。
5 seconds. Opposing us is a nameless bowman. The heroic spirit of wrought iron that uses the noble phantasms he traces as arrows. The name of the arrow being trained on us is Hrunting. That's the weapon of Beowulf. Beowulf, yep, the Beowulf. I know it because the hurting is Beowulf's chair in Skullgirls. Also, Beowulf is in Grand Order, I've seen him. Adjustment plus 5 seconds. The delay increases the bow, drawn back to its greatest extent, further increases its own power to combat Saber's magical energy combustion. The problem is in the timing. It would be too risky to launch her first or at the same time. As Saber herself is about to become an arrow, if she leaps before Archer fires, he will aim at her. Therefore, it has to be done immediately after the shot. In that 10th of a second after he lets his arrow go, that's when we strike. After Archer fires his full force shot and before he charges the next round, no, immediately after he releases the arrow, she will drive her sword right through him. The roar of their swelling magical energy. A showdown that seems enough to shake the moon. 5. Still too early. 3. My command spell feels like it could tear off from the strain. 1. The creaking of the bowstring. His fingers decide the target. Emiya's theme! Saber!
行けあの野郎を切り伏せろ
Yeah! A flash that reduces the time needed to cross a distance of 4,000 meters to nothing. All of Archer's magical power concentrated into this single enchanted sword, his arrow, glides through the air, carrying sure death to its target. The name of the traced sword is Shrunting, an enchanted sword that will continue its assault on the target as long as the archer continues to aim, even if it's deflected by Saber. Even if Saber could guard against it, that wouldn't change the result. No, the moment that Saber deflects it is the same moment the arrow roars towards its target. As long as Saber expends her energy on defense, Archer's victory will remain unshakable. That's right, as long as she expends her energy on defense. A mere instant, not even a fraction of a second. The instant that his fingers released the bowstring and fired, the defense, Saber, disappears from the bridge. The bowman sees through to his enemy's true intention, but it is too late. The arrow has already been fired. Which one of them has now confirmed their victory? Should there be a bowman that can shoot his mark several hundred meters away, he is still bound by an ironclad rule. An arrow once fired cannot change its target. Whatever arrows that guarantee a definite hit he may have, a bowman cannot resist its law. Yet, it is by conquering that law that he is the heroic spirit of the bow. Oh dang. The arrow is changing its path. No, it is a path that was meant to strike two enemies from the start. He's turned that same rule back on us. A launched saber has no means of dodging. The arrow transforms into a demonic bullet that will shatter the King of Knights. An unavoidable death, one nobody could escape. Yet, it is by rising above that fate that she is the heroic spirit of the sword! Oh my god, this is the hypest. Light crosses light. A tilting balance as if it were passing through. Frick, it's so rad. The blue light rises to the heavens as though singing its victory. The red light plummets to the abyss as though lamenting its defeat. That's the box art for Fire Emblem Awakening. Yo! Oh my god! Leaving a huge shockwave in her wake, Saber's released. The timing was perfect. However, a simple command spell won't be enough to conquer this bridge. With my face to the blinding wind so powerful it shakes the handrails, I stare down the approaching bullet. Time stops. In a blank space of time shorter than a second, blood charges into my veins. 1 second after I use the command spell. No time to image. No time needed to image. That which I had forgotten, I'll use it all for this moment. The tension and fear take my breath away. My left hand is burning. I can see my death approaching in 0 seconds. I gasp for breath, my tongue hanging out like a tired dog's. Laws of physics and magic are rushing about. Time for formation, 0 seconds. Time to direct impact. Yo, you make Excalibur? I think that's what that is. A little tough to tell. Did he smack the bridge? Yo, that looks so good! That spectacle. Archer certainly witnessed it. An attack that poured all power, down to the required breath into the left arm. The sparking of the trace noble phantasm. The tearing of layers of muscle. Coupled with a death-defying counterattack, the boy managed a one-time only defense. Yeah, as far as the outcome of the battle, the bowman still has the potential to win. The boy's sword is broken, while the arrow, though repelled, still remains in flight. The arrow will soon reverse its course and find its target right between the boy's eyes. That's right. As long as the one who fired the arrow is still intact. Frick, that's so rad.
第5射から2秒弱。
That's the raddest art. Can I get a bruh in the chat? Oh my god.
6射目をつがえる以前に剣を構えることもできぬとは少しばかり本業に戻りすぎたようだ。
How ironic. It has always been this man's style to use tactics unlike those of a bowman. This servant who preferred close quarters combat with his twin swords to the bow couldn't respond to Saber's attacks because he returned to using his true method of battle.
アーチャーの名に恥じぬ一投でした。あなたにマスターがいたのなら、この結末にはならなかったでしょう。
バカを言うなセイバー。あれがいたのなら、そもそもお前たちとは戦えん。
He answers her praise with laughter. His lips curve into an expression not of contempt, but of fraternal respect.
いかんな。もう持たん。他に言うことはないか、セイバー。勝者の責務だ。疑問があるのなら問いただす。
Okay, maybe those tight high pants are actually useful because he's somehow alive with his midsection blown the hell out. A light sound, as of sand being dispersed. Nothing so awkward as the shedding of blood occurred. Even a servant bleeds while he's still alive. But when that life is definitely severed, all that remains is for him to return to ash.
いいえ、私からは何も。あなたが弓を取ったのなら、それはしかるべき理由があってのこと。私は命を奪った。これ以上のものをあなたから取り上げることはできない。
Soft chuckle escapes from Archer. Should he take Saber's courtesy as kindness or cruelty? When in battle, the knight carried both within her. There had been a time when he found that contradiction, that self-destructive strength of heart, that would have eaten away at a mere human being to be beautiful. No, even now, he can't make himself forget it. Long ago, there had been a meeting. The scene lasted less than a second, but he would remember that scene vividly, even when he had gone to hell. Locks of hair illuminated by the moonlight. When he shuts his eyes, even now that image remains in his heart.
今回は俺の負けか。先に行くぞ、セイバー。せいぜい、この俺に騙されていろ。
Oh, that's loaded words. Scattering without gallantry, Archer is destroyed. His bitterness in defeat, all that is left. Sheathing her sword, Saber bites her lip. Above her hangs the black moon. Are we not going to talk about that black moon? Okay. It is almost as if something toxic is about to drip from its its cup-like silhouette slowly down onto the victor to poison her. We're not going to talk about that, huh? 1 hour later, I drag my body exhausted from that single attack up to the roof. Saber is staring up at the sky. The strained expression on her face makes me hesitant to call out to her.
シロ、迎えに来てくれたのですか?
Yeah, I called an Uber for us. There's no vitality in Saber's voice, that's why I got the Uber. Archer isn't here, which means she has defeated him. She has no wounds that I can see, but leaping that great a distance must have been painful.
遅くなってすまない。セイバーは大丈夫か？
私は無傷です。そういうシロはどうなのですか？顔色が優れませんが。
自覚はないんだけど、そうかもしれない。さっきから寒気がしてる。魔力がすっからかんで、体力が落ちてるんだろう。
Even I have to admit that was crazy. Back there I was so abnormally exhilarated that I couldn't think of the consequences.
今夜はここで帰りましょう。信徒の巡回は明日からにすればいい。今はシロの体力回復が先決です。
So, would I have to like redo this scene every first day, or is it just complete now? We'll have to see.
そうだな。さすがにこれ以上は無理みたいだ。
We leave the roof.
シロ、本当にこれでよかったのですね。
Yeah, screw that prick. He needs to go to Grand Order to do some good stuff.
いいか悪いかで言えば、これでいい。
No doubt about it. I've moved past one more new event. The Battle of the Bridge has come to an end for now. Archer's been defeated. The anomaly continues running rampant, and the night of the fourth day goes on in idle slumber. Completion is still a long way off, but for now, I'll rest. Even if that time hasn't come yet, if I keep moving forward, then one way or another, the end will come into view. So okay, well, there we go. It's like it's done. We've kind of started a new cycle here or something. Dead Bridge Breakthrough can now cross the bridge to Shinto during night patrols. Wallpaper added to the special menu. Oh, well, let's check out those wallpapers. And let's not look at that Ilia one. Let's not look at that Ilia one. That's good. I like that. I actually really like this art style with it. Also nice to see someone draw Shiro. See, okay, for real, looking like I love this art for one major reason. This art looks to me like Breath of Fire 4. Frickin' love that game. Don't know who you are. Okay, I better be careful. I don't want to get a bad wallpaper. Oh, this is new too. Yo, it's them battling on the bridge. That art is sweet, actually. I actually love that. Kind of want to make that my wallpaper. I'm gonna go. Let's go to center image, set as wallpaper. Oh, like it doesn't fit my computer. I'm gonna have to stretch it. I'm gonna have to stretch that bad boy. You can't see it. That's okay. I'm gonna say go to stretch. Nice. That's a rad wallpaper. Thank you, game. I love unlockable wallpapers. They make me very happy. Also, now that we've passed a big event, we got any new Emmas here? Nope. Okay. It's a lot of yen. Don't even know how I really got it, but okay. Start. Alright, well. New event at the school and the ghost house is still important. Do the new first. Go to school. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello. I cross paths with a rather noisy bunch as I head to my classroom.
Oi, 今のめちゃくちゃ美人だったな。
Oh god, his wife came to give him lunch, huh?
けどよ、外国人が何の用で来てるんだよ。
Wow, racist.
いや、ありゃ外国人つうかさ、なんか変じゃなかったか？あ、いや、どこも変じゃなかったんだけど。
Yo, isn't it weird that there's a foreigner here? Not that I mean anything by it.
いいんだよ、細かいことは。美人ならそれでいいの。
Yeah, see, and this guy's like, I don't care if she's foreign, she's hot,
間
yo.
違いかな。耳長かったよな。
Oh, there we go. I come to a halt. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of how many good-looking foreigners there are that are around town, but ones that would come here? I wanted to ask about the details, but the bunch disappeared towards the end of the hall before I could get a chance. Issei, who was walking alongside, has stopped as well.
どうしたんだ一星。
いや、今の連中が話していた内容が少し気になってな。
She's not that hot, says Issei.
珍しいな。一星がそんな噂話なんか気にするなんて。
いや、何？話の内容に少し心当たりがあっただけだ。しかし、特にこちらが気にする必要もあるまい。
With a nod, he just accepts whatever he accepts and walks away in a hurry. Okay, bud. I should follow his example and get going, but it still keeps bothering me.
やっぱり聞いてみるか。
ボス、調べは済んでます。
Someone suddenly starts talking to me. Startled, I see Goto-kun, my classmate, appear with an open student planner in his hand. Seems like he watched another detective TV drama yesterday.
会社の特徴は外国人で美人。目撃者の証言によると、スタイルが良く、印象を聞くと紫だった。
Boy,
という答えが返ってきました。
actually, I was gonna say that really narrows it down, but it actually doesn't, because there are two purple foreigners that do go around this town. There's nothing written down in the planner, but he recites it with no hesitation.
紫
No, wait, could it be Ryder?
後藤君、その外車ってどこで見られてるんだ
外車は玄関から入って1階廊下に来たという目撃証言があります。
So the target is moving. Looks like her assault isn't about to stop there either.
サンキュー。引き続き内偵を進めてくれ。
I'll start looking for her in the first floor's hallway. Even if Ryder's already moved on, somebody must have seen her.
ああボス、そろそろ戻らないと会議の時間ですが、遅れると本部長が怒りますよ。
藤村先生にはうまくごまかしといてくれ。授業には遅れても行くから。
This is one of those guys who calls everyone boss thinking it's fun when it's actually kind of cringy.
了解です。
Unless, well, no, in Japanese it's kind of cool because they say bossu, which is way cooler. Goto-kun responds with a salute. I throw a glance at him and go down the stairs. It did not take long to reach the objective. Frankly, I was originally going to turn right around and hurry back to the classroom, but I couldn't just abandon a person in need. Issei's fleeting doubt was Caster. But she sure does stand out. She's not doing anything outright suspicious, she's just conspicuous and very much so. Not sure of her destination, she checks the room numbers one by one as she walks down the hallway.
もうキャスター。
あら、セイバーのところの坊やじゃない。
That's me. Caster seems unfazed, but I'm feeling quite tense myself. Right about now, people are saying, who is that? It's Enya from third year. It's him again. Why does the universe revolve around him? Let's get to killing him now, and so forth.
それで何してんだよ。そんな目立つ格好でさ。いつものほらシントに出かける時の洋服はどうしたんだ？
It is kind of true. Everyone's like, God, what is Enya up to now? I whisper softly.
大丈夫よ。そのあたりは魔術で認識をごまかしてるわ。それよりも坊や。
なんだよ。
職員室ってどこかしら？
は？
何よその間の抜けた顔は。
いや、入り口の案内板に書いてなかった。
Oh my God, can she not read Japanese? She must have missed it.
変なところでチェック
No,
入んだから。
they get that knowledge when they get summoned. It's just that she's kind of dummy.
大体さ、あんた前に来たことあるだろ？どうして今さら職員室の位置なんて。
仕方ないでしょ。
仕方ないでしょ。
どこも同じような構造で一つ一つの細かい違いなんて把握してないわよ。めんどくさいもの。
She complains with a sigh. Just now, I finally got a glimpse of her true character.
何をしているエイミヤ。チャイムは鳴ったぞ。自分の教室に戻れ。
宗一郎様。
Oh, Ara Sorichiro-sama. Whether he had a first-year class or just overheard the noise they were making, Kazuki-sensei has silently appeared out of nowhere.
お弁当を届けに参りました。宗一郎様。
そうか。助かる。
今朝は慌ただしくて。
What a loving husband.
私もお忘れになったのに気づかずすみませんでした。
いや、こちらも油断していた。
With both hands, Kazuki-sensei receives the lunchbox, wrapped in a fancy handkerchief. For a moment, the two gaze at each other, lunchbox between them. Caster's passionate eyes aimed at Kazuki-sensei. Kazuki-sensei looking at the lunchbox. Suddenly, Caster looks down, bringing her hands together in front of her.
ご迷惑かとも思ったのですが、せっかくの用意が無駄になりますし、それにもしや一人で買い食いなどして恥ずかしい思いをされてはと。
Buddy, Hal, and I'm talking to Caster right now. I think you deserve better.
そうか。
Oh my God, you deserve so much better. Well, I saw him wolfing down a yakisoba sandwich a while back. The image of Kazuki-sensei with the lunchbox prepared with loving care by his wife just doesn't seem to fit.
今日のお菜はレンコンのハサミ焼きですよ。
That is surprisingly good. Lotus root looks scary, especially if you, well, it looks scary if you have that fear of objects with holes in them. Whatever you do, don't look up lotus seed pods. Don't look them up. But the actual eating lotus fruit is actually like the root is actually really good when fried up. It's kind of like celery. It's like if you have it, especially if you have it as a tempura, it's quite nice. Oh, that was Toyoetsu's special yesterday.
それとプチトマトの蜂蜜レモン酢漬けも。
Okay, I don't know about that. Pickled cherry tomatoes in no. Yeah, that too.
以前つい買いすぎてしまった時に残さずお食べになられていたので。
そうだな。
No, which is it? Did he like it or not? Oh my God, you're the worst. But you did well in buying that, Miss Magical Lady. Right, the side dish shops at Toetsu are extremely popular with housewives. I always go to stock by 1 in the afternoon. Did she camp out there? A side dish shop? That's wild.
ところで宗一郎様、しばらくお時間をいただいても構わないでしょうか。
Kazuki Sensei nods. I see, he wasn't actually going to class, but just happened to be passing by.
その実は
I finally noticed that Caster's glaring at me.
何坊や、用済みならとっととお帰りなさい。
いや
Jeez.
授業あるから。
Yeah, I gotta go to class. He's gotta actually teach me.
じゃあさっさと行けばいいでしょ。こんなところではぐれ牛みたいにもうブーラブラせずに。
Wow. Okay, there goes all our goodwill we've built up with you.
わかったよ。
Definitely my bad. It was me who stopped her in the first place.
ほら、シュシュ。
I don't care about Casper. Let's get going before I get scolded by Kazuki Sensei as well.
宗一郎様、せっかくこうして職場へお伺いしたのですし、よろしければ
Oh my god.
お世話になっているご同僚の方にご挨拶しておこうかと。その職員室は。
案内しよ
Kazuki Sensei turns around abruptly.
でも私ったらお弁当のことで頭がいっぱいで、やはりまた次の機会に。
う。構わんだろう。別に気を使うことはない。
はい。ではお言葉に甘えまして。
With a reddened face, as if trying to hide behind Kazuki Sensei's back, Caster follows along. Still apologizing, she's straightening her hair frantically while looking in a mirror. I'm deeply impressed by a woman's desire not to cause any embarrassment for her dear husband. Caster's making her debut appearance in the teacher's lounge. Quite impressive. Hey, hi there. Teacher here speaking. Do you know how many teacher spouses get brought and introduced to the staff in the teacher's room? The answer might surprise you. It's literally never, unless it's the principal. But even then, usually not.
話題としては美人の嫁さん披露会だけで十分なお土産ね。
Hi?
だよな。このネタで向こう1週間は持ちきり。
You should be teaching. As I tried to turn my head, I find it firmly in place. The unforgiving. Oh, wait, no. The all forgiving, all scathing Tiger Claw. Oh, no. She's here not to be not teaching, but for other reasons.
のう少年、校内を美人がブラリングなんて噂一つで命よりも大切な授業をすっぽかそうとは先生見過ごせないわ。
The voice alone sends goosebumps crawling all over my skin.
これはあくまでクレヨンつがい見知って人助け警察
Police.
脳が痛い？
質問があります、本部長。
なーに？
後藤君は彼のフォローは？
バカめ、奴は死んだわ。内村大河が教室に帰る。
She has her own Kamen Rider theme. Squirming on the staircase like a freshly caught tuna. I'm being dragged towards the slaughterhouse known as the classroom. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Well, that didn't go as good as I expected. Alright. Oh, something in the seniors class. What's going on here? The last homeroom has ended, and I'm about to hit the road. Students going home, students hurrying on their way to the club building, and students just standing around talking all fill the hallway with a ruckus, second only to lunchtime in terms of noisiness. I don't have work today. I haven't made any plans. I decided to go straight home, but...
エミヤ君、ちょっと話がありますから教室に残りなさい。
Fujine stops me, a serious look on her face. At times like these, she's Fujimura Sensei. As one of her students, it'd be wrong for me to not respond in the same manner.
話って何ですか、藤村先生。
なんですかじゃありません。エミヤ君、まだ進学先決めてないでしょう。 今週中に提出しなさいって言ったの忘れたの？
Oh, well, that's serious mode, huh? I forgot. Or rather, even though it's already October, I guess I still haven't been able to narrow down my choices. That Fujine would become Fujinura Sensei is only to be expected.
すみません。もう少し時間が欲しいんですけど、ダメでしょうか？
ダメです。今日中に提出しなさい。3年で決めてないのはエミヤくんと牧寺さんだけなんですからね。牧寺さんに先を越される前に決めちゃいなさい。まあ少しぐらいその場しのぎでも多めに見ますから。
Here you go. She takes out the Higher Education Aspirations Report form.
その場しのぎでもいいって。とりあえず欄を埋めろってことですか？
そういうことです。担任としても保護者としても頭が痛いですが、それを書いてもらわないと次は職員室に呼び出しだからね。
Fujimura Sensei, I mean Fujine, breathes a deep sigh of exasperation. Exasperation. That's the second time we've said exacerbate. No, frick. We said it was exacerbate. Is that? Am I? Never mind. I'm stopping this.
わかりました。じゃあちょっと考えます。
よろしい。時間はあるからね。日が沈むまでは付き合ってあげます。
Buddy, she said you can just write a makeshift one. Just say you're going to Titty University. Wait, hold up. Open incognito bracket. Okay, let me see here. Is there any is that a real thing if I Google that? I'm Googling it. I have found surprising. Okay, there's a teacher, a professor named Dr. Carolyn Titty, and she works at the University of South Australia. So when put together, it creates Titty University. It's real. You're good, chief. About that, until last year, I thought I'd go to a local university, but a lot of things happened since then. She said it could just be a makeshift one, but isn't this supposed to be a pretty serious report? After getting lost a few times, I finally managed to fill out the whole higher education aspirations form as sincerely as I
お
can.
待たせしました。はい、藤村先生。
はーい、ご苦労様。どれどれ。って第一志望は未定、第二志望は外国留学、第三志望は法政方面か。去年までの目標が3位に転落してるけど、何か理由があるの？シロ。
興味がなくなったわけじゃなくて、他の優先順位が高くなったというか、一応限りなく同率ってのはダメかな。
シロにしては歯切れが悪い回答ね。けど未定も同率なの？卒業したら働くってこと？
いい職場があれば働きたいけど、自分がちゃんと役に立ててきちんとみんなに行き渡るような。
Bro, just become a firefighter.
じゃあ2番目の外国留学っていうのは？シロ、英語の成績普通でしょう。ヒアリングはともかく発音はかなり厳しいわよ。わかんないなあ。どうして留学なんて言い出すのよ。東坂さんの影響？
いや、影響というより覚悟みたいなものなんだ。本気で勉強するならいつまでも東坂に甘えていられない。
本気って桐次さんみたいなこと？
For a moment, I was speechless. She's asking if I mean wandering from place to place, somewhere abroad like my dad. Fujine knows how much I admired Kiritsugu, better than anyone else in fact. So when I say I'll go abroad without mentioning Tosaka, she can guess what it means.
どうだろう。先のことはわからないけど、親父とは違う道になるとは思う。
For one, we don't have an illegitimate daughter yet. Yet.
そっか。もう決まってるんだ。
And so with number 2 it is then. She puts a red check mark next to number 2 on the report form. The commotion of after-school club activities in the schoolyard resounds throughout the school. And yet the classroom remains lifelessly silent, despite the fact there's me sitting at the desk, and Fujine standing at her platform looking over the higher education form. It's as silent as if the room was empty.
さ、教師として生徒の自主性は止められないんだけど、一つだけ聞いていいかな？
何？
She says,
シロ、ちゃんと帰ってくる？
Oh my god. As if making plans for tomorrow, or maybe yesterday, gazing into the distance.
帰ってくるよ。1年に何回でも。うちの手入れしなくちゃいけないだろ。
なんだ。じゃあ待っててあげなくっちゃダメね。シロがいない間は私が守っててあげるから、どーんとどっか行ってきていいわよ。
Her sparkling smile. I really do go to a faraway land. No matter where in the world I go, there's nothing that could cheer me up more than that
あ
smile.
りがとう、藤音。確率低いけど、もしそうなったら留守は頼んだからな。
シロもね。外に出るからには一回り大きくなって帰ってくるのよ。
I reply with never-changing warmth. In the final autumn before my path changes for good. In an empty classroom, the two of us make yet another unbreakable promise. That's really sad. I'm really sad now. I'm really, really sad now. Oh my god, why am I so sad right now? I'm like ridiculously sad right now. So I'm going to actually save in title. Let's see what that new wallpaper we got was. I hope it's one of Fujine. I'm sorry, what? Who's she getting married to? I mean, I don't get... What? Is it... that's really a beautiful... Well, I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy for her. But I'm really sad that this isn't actually an event in the game then. Shoot, I kind of want that as my wallpaper too, even though it'll be very confusing for some people. Okay, well thank you everyone, thank you for watching, and next time we'll be back for some more Fate Hollow Ataraxia, where we continue onwards. I'm really sad, and I'm going to tell you why actually, before we go. So like for a good while here, part of me has thought, man, I kind of just want to move away. Like away. Somewhere far away. Right? I thought about it. For different reasons. For work. For life. But after seeing that, I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I mean, it's very different with the internet now. You can Skype anyone anywhere. But I'm just thinking, like, man, that whole scene of, like, will you come back? That line shattered me. Not for Shiro, but for a possible future for me, you know? So that's just where I'm at. Just making me think about life and everything. So thank you all for watching. This got deep. I'll see you next time for some more. Ciao!